Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How are you guys doing today? We've missed you so much since last time, baby. We are back and we are better than ever. And today we're here with a very, very special guest. We're here with
Pusha Preme, 1/4 of the Wandering Assassin. Your favorite mask assassin always Tampa will win.
I like that. And make sure you watch today's episode from start to finish. He dives so deep into so many different topics about the industry that shows so much knowledge and just really the backstory of everything with Pusha Preme. So make sure you really tune in, turn the volume up. And as always, baby, we're going to run the intro now. Hey, yeah, Powerful Mind, yeah. I want to say that I'm super excited to be able to be here and interview you.
Likewise.
Yes, we've definitely, had full circle kind of moments with colleagues that we've both worked with and everything. So being able to be in touch and connect, like we always talk about, is super important. And so just to kind of start off with one of the questions, how important is community and networking, especially in the creative industry that we're in right now?
I think it's the baseboard of just connecting people. At the end of the day, connecting with people is what you want to do, right?
Absolutely.
And the community is what's going to be funding these different venues, these different events and things of that nature, so that they can keep being able to stay open.
Right.
It's highly important for everybody to come together when it's something that they have interest in.
Right, absolutely. And then so that is one, to me, one of the there's a few standout things about you, but one of them is definitely your outreach with the community and how many things you do for the community. And then also how many times you just bring the community together, because there is such power in being able to bring people together. And so what do you feel are some tips or some ways that kind of have enabled you to bring people together in the community?
I think more so that, I've been blessed to be a part of so many different groups.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? From little things from church groups or basketball teams, football teams, stuff like that. So I know how the power of numbers plays a part of success. So for me, I feel like we're all the same people. You know what I'm saying? I eat rice, you eat rice,
right.
He eats rice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just that somebody just separates it depending on how they make it. So you may boil your rice, I may fry my rice. He may eat the rice regular, grain. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's we still do the same thing, which is eat. We eat, we live, we pray, we look for things that are in our interest. You know what I'm saying? We fall in love. We get a heart broken. We live, we die.
Absolutely.
And what I try to do is just try to minimize the separation that people have by just letting them know all the things that we have that are in common.
Absolutely. And then so what have been some of the wins that you've had in the community with bringing people together?
The thing, the most recent one I would say is the Juneteenth event that we had here at Coppertail. So, Coppertail is predominantly a brewery, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're celebrating Black freedom in a brewery. So,
100%.
It shed a light on the brewmaster, JJ, he's of African American descent, and it just kind of showed that we're all the same people. Black people make beer, white people make beer, Spanish people make beer. You know what I'm saying? So we all have freedom as well too. Whether it's African freedom, Spanish freedom, white freedom, it's all the same. So it was that. I think that was the most up to date or most current, I can say, situation that we've been able to bring everybody together with, because we brought a lot of my lineage in there, where we had African dancers and drums, and
that's
some people have never been that close up to it to actually feel those vibes. So
yeah, dope.
I think that's been the biggest accomplishment so far.
Dope. And then when did you realize in your career, or have you always had the community aspect rooted in your career from the beginning? Or was that something that you kind of learned along the way, hey, I need to really start getting, with the community?
I'll say along the way, big shouts to my man Sully. We did we have an annual Christmas event that we do.
Oh, okay,
so
awesome.
Basically it's a shoe drive. So I know how it was to not have shoes, go over things like that. And then in today's society, shoes play a big part of the culture for people to just kind of just communicate with other people. You know what I'm saying? You may not have cool clothes on, but you can go to the vintage store, get a tee, get some jeans, whatever.
Yeah.
No name jeans, but you can have some Jordans on. Now you have a conversation started. So I know how it is for a lot of being a parent myself. A lot of single moms out here, and they don't have the means to make the choice between like buying Jordans or buying school supplies.
Right.
So if someone could give hand-me-downs for a shoe that they may not want anymore, they could put that in your hands. That's where that all started from. So we did it for like the past 4 Christmases, and then
that's awesome.
You know, from there just kind of propelled to like what it is today.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. And then so the fact that you said that you've been doing it for 4 years now, and even I'm sure beyond that you were doing things for the community, that's great. And then so when did your music career start? Like, where did that start for you? When were you like, you know what, this is what I'm doing? Like, what was that moment for you?
It's tough to pinpoint it because like it had different moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say because in high school we were selling CDs in high school. So maybe from
you were selling CDs in high school?
Yo,
that's that throwback. Yeah, okay. You were hustling back then too. I like that. Okay.
You know, we wanted to kind of get the music out, and we heard all these stories from like people like Ludacris and Jeezy and Jay-Z.
Right.
Like,
yeah, they're like selling the CDs out the block,
yeah.
waiting out the labels, like outside to hand it to people as soon as they walk out. That's dope.
So I felt like there was monetary value in the stories that we were telling.
Yeah.
And the way we was like, you know, trying to like uplift other people through the music. Okay. And, you know, we were just trying to just get back what we spent on it, you know, how much it cost on the blank CDs and the artwork and stuff like that. So I say like super seriously when I went and linked up with Nova in New York, that's when I was like, okay, I left college for it. That's when I was like, okay, yeah, that's when we're going to do this shit like for real. Okay,
how long ago was that?
That was 2000. I want to say 2010.
Wow. Okay. So 15 years of being like, yo, let's freaking do this. Okay, that's awesome. So many questions stem from that in my brain, right? Because you're saying you're doing it from high school. So there are so many people who I look at you and also look up to you, I'm sure, that are also in that age range of like high school where they're like, you know, even they love music. They've been making their own music on like BandLab, things at home, right? And then so what's kind of like...
That's crazy. BandLab. Yo,
GarageBand, all of that.
Yeah, but no, the fact that it's to the point now that BandLab is like, the standard is crazy because like I'm from like Acid Pro, Fruity Loops, or FL Studios, like FL making music on that, and then now when you say BandLab, it's so crazy. Like
that's what people use it now.
I know.
That's like standard. They be making some hits on there. Actually, it's crazy.
The talent is out of this world.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So what are some pieces of advice, or what are some things that you did when you were at that age that really helped propel your career forward in a forward motion direction, right? Because like success is not a linear thing, right? So like sometimes you're going up, sometimes you're plateauing, you go up and down. You know what I'm saying? So what are some things that you did earlier on when you were young and didn't really know a whole lot about the industry that allowed your career to like propel forward in that forward motion?
I would say just focus on the fans. For me, I read this book called like, it was like, I forgot the name of the book. It's been a minute though, but they talked about how all you need is 100 fans, and then if you could just get 100 more fans every year, then you should be able to have like a career out of it. So that's how I kind of looked at it. So, you know, I do a lot of fan connection, you know, I keep the horse binders on too. I don't really worry about what everybody else got going on.
Right.
I just focus on me and my craft and just try to, you know, build it from there and then build my team and go there. So I say the one thing that I would say for people to do is build a team so you can stay consistent, right? Yep. After you build that consistency, then kind of like figure out your target market and then just kind of like make music for yourself, but appeal to your target market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Don't kind of like make this kind of music this day and make this other music the next day and not have like a connection to why you're doing that.
Right. No, absolutely. And that's so important. And that's so great that you said that about building that fan base and like building off of it, because that is number two of the things that I think you do so well and so great compared to so many artists nowadays is really building up that fan base. And like it's everything, like you said. And it's very interesting that you said that about that book, like mentioning like 100 each year. That's a really great tip. What are some things that you do? Like now is a whole different story, I'm sure, than before, but what were some things that you do to keep the fans engaged, to keep that? Because I feel like that's a skill to master, keeping people engaged, especially nowadays, right? Because right now we're in such a fast-paced boom, boom, boom. What's next? You have to have a hook. The first 3 seconds of videos, people are swiping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different ball game. What are some things that you do to keep people engaged, keep your fans engaged?
Honestly, nowadays, I kind of like, I test out some of those things like you said, like, people's like, oh, have a hook and things like, because I never looked at it like that. I just felt like, you know, I put myself in I stay consistent in like if I say something, if I'm doing something very deliberate.
Yeah.
And like I never needed to like pull a rabbit out the hat to do so.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
nowadays now I adapt to it just because I love the artistic fortitude that it has behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Definitely.
you about to get hit by a car and you start doing a song. I think that's really dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's still like it's kind of crazy because people do get hit by a car and they die. But the fact that you can kind of like play into like your own movie, I think is dope. Some of the things that I do, honestly, man, I just do like direct to consumer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like something, then I just kind of just build off the engagement. I'll go to your stories. I kind of see what you're going through. Oh, it's your birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Da, da, da.
So you interact a lot with people.
Yeah, I do a lot of interaction. You know what I'm saying? That and then like for the most part, if I try to reach like a mass amount of individuals, then we run meta ads and things like that. That's been really successful for us. And then just staying consistent on just throwing events. So we have like a formula to where you know we'll make the music. We'll have a listening party. After listening party, we'll see how that goes, and then from there we'll throw an event. Then after the event, then we kind of like travel, and you know it's like a rinse, wash, repeat
like
kind
a
of
blueprint.
thing.
A blueprint that you follow, and that's awesome. And it's so important to like figure out those blueprints and things like that, because then once you get to that point where you figure it out, you can rinse and repeat, right? And you can do it again and again, like you said. Which is also, I feel like, a tip that a lot of people who start out don't understand like a blueprint. Once you get like a rough roadmap, you can literally rinse and repeat and keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah, that's what the majors do. So
no, absolutely. And then so also for you, because you also mentioned your team, what does your team look like, and also how important is having a team?
What do they look like?
Yeah, so like what positions, like how many people are involved? Yeah.
Well, the media team kind of downsized a lot because they've grown to be like prime media outlets in their own respectful world.
Right.
But we know we also always had a camera guy for the studio, behind the scenes guy, and then like a visual guy. So now it's kind of spread out now. Like we work with Justin Petrone, so he's really good at what he does, and he kind of like make sure that we don't waste a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? If we do something, it's very deliberate.
Very efficient, like to the point. Yeah.
We got T, our manager, so she handles a lot of the booking. We have DMC now, DMC Vibes. That's our DJ as well, too.
Awesome, yeah.
We got Vanessa, who handles like, a lot of like paperwork and stuff like that. We got Nova, does a lot of mentoring. Like the team is very vast, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have producers on the team now. That's what I focus on this year. This year we have way more producers than I did before. So we got Wild Child, Mike the Don. We have Morgan, who we just started rocking with. Now our young Crystal has something to beat as well too. So we just kind of build them, and then we also have like artists that we rock with as well too. So you know, we have Vision that we work with. We have France. He's not an artist, but like he's more so like security, or it's like you know, moral compass and stuff like that. So you know, we'll build in everything just kind of like in segments to where gaps that we feel like are missing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Kind of like filling the shoes or the gaps.
Yeah.
Like you said,
And then you have like the brand partnerships. Like we have a partnership with PDQ, Coppertail. Big shout out to Coppertail as well too. Street Light Taco. So the team has definitely changed for the betterment of like the brand that we're trying to do for the Tampa will win.
Oh,
society.
for sure. Yeah. And then so now that you like mentioned Tampa, are you born and raised in Tampa, or where are you from?
No, I'm from New York.
You're from New York. Okay, great. And then so when did you make the transition over to Florida?
I made the transition to high school. I came out here and then went back. Went to school to play ball. Got hurt, and then from there went back to New York, kind of pursued music. Then I came back here, and it just restarted all over again.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And then one big thing that I also think is really dope about you as well is obviously your whole imaging and your whole persona. Also, when it comes to like, this is my business, this is my brand, this is what I do. That's super, super important. Especially, you know, nowadays, like a brand and who you are as an artist is so important. And I think also like having the mask is also a whole different element that is so unique. And so when did that come about? Like, when did you think like, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to do this as my persona. Like, I'm actually going to have this mask and this is going to be a part of Pusha Preme, you know?
Yeah. So, it wasn't like more so for choices, like, 'cause it was always there. So like, shows like back in New York, like if I had a song about like a zombie, I would dress up like a zombie to kind of like illustrate it. So, the Pusha Preme factor came about to where, basically, I just wanted to separate the music from the personal life. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
'Cause sometimes
absolutely.
I just feel like having privacy is not like a thing that people kind of respect nowadays. So
100%, yeah.
And then I wanted to show people the evolution of me growing up within my music. Like some people, they grow their hair out. Some people do this. So I don't look at it like a mask per se. This is just like, if you was to see me as a toddler and as I'm growing, my face changes, and so
definitely.
like the imagery and the way the music portrays is going to change. Plus, they'll all stem from different projects, so each particular mask per se pertains to a particular project that illustrates what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've also noticed that too, your masks change throughout and all the time, and that's super dope. And again, like I'm very big on like admiring like the branding and everything that kind of like goes behind things, because like there's so many little decisions and choices and details that go into like just the creative industry in general.
Facts.
And so what are some like things, like what is your why? Like why do you keep going? Why do you keep pushing and doing what you do?
I feel like I have to create a streamline to connect people's childhood with their adulthood.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely.
Through that stream of consciousness, people either they start working, or they get into a relationship, or they get into sports, and they miss that childhood, that creative childhood. So what I'm trying to do is just make sure that individual does not leave when you get older, because you may think that you're an adult, but you're still the little kid. You're just taller.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like when you watch a movie and you laugh or you get nostalgia, that's still the same little kid. So I try to make sure that the creative integrity is still within people, because sometimes people like lose their childhood, they lose their inner child, and then they start having regrets, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's like little reasons why like the suicide rate's kind of high, stuff like that. People get like sad and depressed, but they forgot what it's like just to be like just unapologetically just yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of factors 100%. That come into it. There's a lot of barriers that are created when you're going through adulthood.
Yeah, no, I say that too a lot, that like perspective is everything as well, and being able to take a step back and reflect is super important, because nowadays like it's just so easy to get caught up in like what's happening right here in front of your face, and that plays a huge factor of like when people do go down those really hard places, is a big factor of like you're only seeing what's right in front of you and not like the bigger picture of like your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not defined about what you may be going through in that moment, or in the time period. Like there's much more to that, and having people in the world who have like missions like you, and like that's why you're doing what you're doing, to remind people of that is like super important, and is a very beautiful thing as well. And then so also kind of pivoting to your career and where you're at in your career now, because even from when I've been following along with your journey for a little over a year now, and so being able to even follow along for only just a little bit of time that I have out of your career that's been much longer than that, I've seen like the growth from a third party outside perspective, and everything you have going on. What is a good way to describe where you think your career is at right now?
I think it's in the place of really going with the independent route. I think right now we're in the space of like an independent label, because we have a label. Pushing Dreams is a label. It's an entertainment company that we plan to build a workspace for artists, a workspace for creatives, a workspace for musicians, to be able to take these cool and dope ideas and innovations and be able to just like turn them into tangible items. So I think the space for me right now is it's not like in a fight or flight kind of thing. It's kind of just like wherever I want to take it, but it's like in a space to where it's like I'm able to kind of just take care of my family, still be able to like enjoy the fruits of my labor, and continue creating. You know what I'm saying? So now if I want to take it to like the next level, that's where I put that in God's hands right now.
Right, absolutely. And then that was a question that I had for you. Like, what does your faith look like? Meaning, like, do you like manifest? Do you pray a lot? Do you?
Oh yeah, no, I pray a lot. Yeah, I pray a lot.
Yeah. And do you do any other things? Like, for example, me, like, I will write down my goals. Like, I will write down like sentences like, I am successful and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like examples like that. Do you do anything?
There's a bunch of people that watch on YouTube, and then those are the guys who kind of like help me if I ever have any kind of doubt about anything. And
then so how important do you think your faith has been in your whole journey?
Highly important. You know what I'm saying? Praise up be to the Most High. Like this doesn't happen without God. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different life and death situations that I've been in, to where here for a purpose. Just even with the people I meet. I think that's all just a part of a bigger plan. So as long as I stay, with those contingencies, I think that I'll be able to keep propelling in a career.
Oh, 100%. And then it's interesting that you mentioned purpose as well, because what do you feel like your purpose is? Like, what do you feel like you're here to do?
Yeah, like I think like I was saying before, I'm here to really just keep the inner child within creative individual. I think everybody has a gift.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just want to kind of just show them that the gift is from within. Like I don't need to what's the word I want to say? I don't need to overly impress or overly do anything.
Right.
As long as I'm doing what I'm doing, right?
Absolutely.
It's gonna showcase. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
For me, being an artist that's like some people may say like a mask artist, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That is just like I'm not an ugly nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like let's keep that clear.
Yeah.
But I did it to I did it so that they couldn't put those barriers of excuses in front of me.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes somebody may see a certain artist or they may see a certain thing and they have this pre-notion that they already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I want to eliminate that, and everything's in the music. When I grew up listening to music, I didn't even know Michael Jackson was white until we had cable. I thought he was black the whole time. I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah. Okay.
I was so confused. You know what I'm saying? But like we live in a world of perception. You know what I'm saying? But 100%. Perception is like you can't trust your eyes all the way. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to feel, and that's where the real notion comes in. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
And with all that being said, I think I want to remind people that, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just look at the outer surface, especially nowadays, the way people are like manipulating like shapes and objects
literally
and
anything.
things. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
they're like, you breathed, you're dumb. Like what?
Yeah. I mean, even what they're doing with like AI, like they're taking real pictures of people, right? And then they put it in AI and they're using that for advertisement.
Yeah.
And they're trying to let you be like, oh, nothing's wrong with that. It's real. Nigga, that's me.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean?
That's me without my consent. So it's like, I may sound like Future Trunks trying to warn everybody, but like, we can't really trust in what you see. You have to trust in what you feel.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100,000%. And it's interesting that you bring up like how you feel and the way that you can make people feel through your art, through your craft. You know what I'm saying? So like, what are some things that you really have that are some goals or some ways that you like to make people feel feelings through your music? Do you have certain ways like lyrics, beats, a combination of everything? Do you have anything specifically to you that you like to do that's unique?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't have an answer for that.
It's okay. Sorry.
That's probably the first time ever that I don't have an answer for it, because like I don't consciously know what I'm doing it when we're doing it. Like I don't have it like.
Okay, that's valid.
Sometimes
Very
I have
valid.
it pre-written down, but when we get there, then it comes a freestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Really valid.
Now,
yeah.
I would say with the art now, like our graphic art is very intentional because I'm a big Dolly fan, so I like to do abstract art that has like Easter eggs in there to kind of like play with like, do I remember this? Have I seen this before? Like that kind of idea, you know what I mean? Or just something for you to question. But musically, no, I can't say that I'm doing intentionally musically because I'm not making the beats.
Right.
Now I do help with production, but if I'm making the beats, then I can have a little bit more say so, like how I'm orchestrating this like play. But I don't. It's basically like I'm just turning myself to another portion of the beat, so that stands out more than the rest of the beat. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a school full of fish, and then like you have this like random ass yellow fish or eel, and that's the role.
You're like,
I play.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then so when it comes to your lyrics and everything, do you write them all yourself? Do you have help writing them? Do you freestyle? Like, what is your creative process when you're making songs and making music?
It's a little bit of all of the above. Like I have a idea. Like the hook portion of it, I normally have that like written down somewhere or a voice note. But the verses are really just coming just like how I feel at the time. Right. And then I'll have like someone like France, or I'll have like somebody like Mike, or I have somebody like Alex Romero. Okay. And they'll be like, that's cool, but we need to make this sentence simpler. Because I think in metaphors. Okay. So it's like, I'll see powerful mind. And when I think about mind, I'm thinking about mind like a mine.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about mind like the game Minesweeper. It's like I hear words in the homophones and they create like different sectors in my mind.
Wow, yeah.
So it's like I can't be like, I went to the bar and I drove in a car. I wouldn't say anything like that.
They'd be like, get that boo.
Yeah, because I don't talk. Some people are very good being direct. I don't talk like that. For me, but some people understand better like that. You know what I'm saying? So they'd be like, yo, say it like this because it's a little bit more, I can digest it more because I don't know what you mean by this metaphor if I'm not a fan of it, right?
Right.
So if I make a basketball reference, but you don't watch basketball,
right? Then it's
a
like
wasted bar. You know what I'm saying? That's why like people like people like Drake, Pharrell, Ed Sheeran. Who else? Sabrina Carpenter. Who else? Like if you The Weeknd, if you read their lyrics, it's mad simple, but it's like right to the point.
Right.
It's like it's like instructions for like a like
super like literally everybody and their mama could be like, yes. Like,
yeah.
I relate to that. Like,
It's and I feel like this last project I'm getting better at that because now I'm in the path of fatherhood, so now I have to. I can't give my daughter a instruction that she won't be able to digest thoroughly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. And then so also like you mentioning like your daughter and your family, what does your support system look like?
Oh, then the support is heavy. Yeah, it's real heavy. Yeah.
And how important is support when you're trying to do something in this industry, just in general?
It's everything. I mean, you need the support, but sometimes people don't have the support. You have to find on your own. So
have you ever experienced that where you have to like draw up support, not necessarily from your own family, from your own everything, but like maybe like smaller circles or even your hometown?
Yeah, no, definitely. When I first came here, it wasn't really all big Tampa will win. Like I had to develop and build that.
Yeah.
But then when they seen the things that we accomplished from like charting and billboards and shows, now it's like, oh yeah, if he could win, I definitely could win. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that people think that like I'm going like a tougher path to illustrate my art, and if I can do at this path, they could do better than me. Yeah. Or if they think I'm not deserving of it, and they could do that's cool. Like I'm cool with all that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, as long as that we're keeping the integrity of what art is and the creativity behind it, then our future selves will be able to enjoy that. So my kid will be able to like come to a spot like this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even look at this behind us, right? Like this is a break room, and you have the Last Supper.
Crazy. Yeah, literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in the brewery.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't even drinking beer back then. So it's but that comes from having somebody that have a creative mind that people just like love about it. You feel me?
Absolutely.
And then the person who drew this probably has a whole different meaning than what we're talking about. So,
yeah, than what we're interpreting it as.
That's what life is. Like art is like the closest thing that we have to God. You know what I'm saying? Other than like the book of words, stuff like that, because it comes from the conscious that nobody understands. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really understands how people develop melodies or anything like that. It just comes to you and just put it out. So if they have the one thing that they can't like turn into a machine, then we need to be able to just like dive into it, embrace it, and then keep it, because that's like the one secret that we all have. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. And then also that kind of plays hand in hand with intuition, right? So it's like when you feel like, okay, yeah, this song's done. Okay, no, actually we need to tweak some of these things on here.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. I was gonna say it probably happens with every single song. So just so that you can kind of like make a statement to like younger artists too, like how important is listening to your gut, listening to your intuition, especially when it comes to creating? You have
to just like, you have to live with your choices.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like the song Levels. Fucking Mike, man. I knew we shouldn't have changed the rap verse. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
What do you mean? Wait, where do you mean with the rappers?
So the rap verse that we had on Levels was bouncier. It was like dun, 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 dun. It was like up and down this, right?
Yeah.
And then we changed it to be more conversational.
Okay.
But then like when I watch people in the club and then like they listen to Levels, it's just like I love this part, and then when the rap comes, then it'd be like
you know what I'm saying? Slower,
like Jadakiss said it when I saw him when we had booked him here for Tampa. You got to keep the cup moving. So now mostly when I as of late, so when I hear a song, I'm like pretend I have a cup in my hand.
Okay,
I'm like, all right, so
oh my God,
keep
that's
my hand
dope.
moving.
Yeah.
If anything fucks this shit up, then I'm just like,
it's not right. It's not meant for it. We're going back.
Yeah, you got to go back, because like you have to really think about like how the mind moves. You know what I'm saying? And mostly when I do hear a beat, if it gets my feet tapping, then that's it. That's a good beat right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dope.
Yeah, those common melodies.
Have you gotten any other like pieces of advice throughout your career? Like, what has been some of the most helpful pieces of advice? Oh yeah,
I mean, like just to stay on the topic with Jadakiss, he's like, you're never too young to never too old and never too young to learn. Like always be be forever inquisitive in your craft, and that's how you get better. That's how you find the joy into it too. It's like there's some people that like like him, like he has the camera, right?
Right.
So when he first got the camera, that energy right there is like, you can't, like, you're gonna miss that energy. So you know what I'm saying? Or someone that builds Legos, like, you're building the Legos, because once the Lego's done, you don't have any more, like, what's my drive for? It's like a high, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And then also, like, when it comes to, like, you know, piece of advice and everything in your career, what are some moments that you've had that you've been like, some like, wow, like this is happening type moments, like, wow, like the things that I've envisioned and seen for myself are actually happening?
I will say this though, I've had 2 wow moments, right?
Okay.
Because nothing really like wows me anymore, because like I feel like it's all part of a process. But when we did the show at the St. Pete Pier, that was a wow moment, because Caleb, that was with us at the time, he was born in the hospital across the river. And then I'm just like, yo, everybody, I want you guys to show some love to Caleb. And because, like, we out here, we're the only act from Tampa, other than DJ Cool, who was a DJ.
Oh,
that don't count.
dope.
But we're the only act from Tampa that was a part of this whole series for St. Pete.
Yeah.
And we performed in front of like 5,000 to 7,000 people.
Yeah, it looked crazy. I remember seeing those pictures. It looked dope.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, it looked crazy.
It's like when you get to the edge of the stage, you could feel it. Like that nervous feeling they talk about, you could feel that shit. It's
That's
like,
crazy.
It's a lot of energy. When we had everyone waving, it's a lot of energy, and like, I don't give a fuck who you are. You could feel that shit. It gives you. It's like being on a roller coaster.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Like that. Whoa.
Yeah, so it was like, that was a wild moment, because it's like, yo, like, I can see me doing this for like the next like
forever.
30 years.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Like
that's
being
awesome.
like Sting and all of them, like, yeah. They're singing Adam and Eve and shit.
Like they're on their last leg.
But it's like, it's dope. And then the second one was when we did the Apollo. That was dope, because we were downstairs, and then you could see like we were down in the dressing room. So I'm in the same dressing room where Michael did the fucking moonwalk for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like him, Stevie Wonder. There's so many people that Lauryn Hill was at the Apollo.
Wow.
And so it was like, you can feel like,
I was gonna say that's like a very prominent historical place.
Man, yo, like I was there, and like those young niggas, man. Shout out to y'all. They didn't get it. They were just smoking, chilling. I'm just y'all tripping. Like, we at the Apollo.
Just put some respect on the Apollo.
We at the Apollo.
It's historic.
Yo,
like,
I felt all that. Like, I wish I had the Ghostbuster zapper. I felt all that energy, yo. I felt like everyone that stepped in there, like, when we got that stage, even had the little pause, the little wood thing that you rubbed. I was up there too.
Oh my gosh, no way.
That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, man. So I'll say those are my 2 wild moments.
Wow. Okay, yeah. And then so also, like, when you have those moments, like, because like for me, like sometimes when I've had those moments too, like it's also kind of like we're also human being at the same time. So it's also like almost like surreal sometimes, where you're like, this is so weird. I was just at home like a couple hours ago, and now I'm like in this big, huge opportunity.
It reminded me when I moved to Tampa. I was on my man's couch for like almost a year trying to rebuild everything. You know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy how life moves and like how things just like happen sometimes. And so like, what do you think has attributed to your success in those different avenues? Consistency. Okay, talk about it, because that's a very important thing.
Consistency, and then just understanding the music business. It's mainly consistency, because like you can't blame life for you not going hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is always going to be hard. Yeah. It's always going to be, there's going to be some easy times, some hard times, some tough times. That shit don't stop, whether you're even if you're a multi-millionaire, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the shit that Diddy goes through.
Yeah.
Now, granted, warranted is like, whatever, like, I wasn't there, I don't know what really happened. But he is a millionaire that's going through problems, right?
Okay, yeah.
Kanye, a billionaire that's going through problems. Jay-Z, when he allegedly stabbed a millionaire that's going through problems. It happens. It happens to everybody. You could be broke as a joke, or you could be rich as fuck. Like, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. I don't care, man. Like, there's times where I performed on a hurt ankle, like a really hurt ankle, like where I would have broke my ankle, but I still jumping around talking about we outside. Like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, that's what you signed up for. It's kind of like, if I'm a surgeon and I have a cold, I'm gonna call out. I'm a surgeon. You know what I'm saying? I'm making like $200 a year. I gotta perform. Shoot. And I'm gonna just fix it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I think like once you take what you're doing as a responsibility to other people, and you view yourself that like, yo, I'm not bigger than my purpose. That's how you do it. and the universe would just kind of like shape its way. You know what I'm saying?
Snaps for that. First snaps on the interview.
Oh, word.
That's fire. Yeah, that's fire. That was a good one. That's great. And then so also like, what are some of these like next steps in your career? Like, what are you really trying to accomplish in some of these like next steps? Like, do you have like venues or certain performances or certain features, or like you want to pack out certain places or tours? Like, what are you really like that next step for you? What are you trying to do?
I say all of the above. You know, we just want to keep the business growing. We do have some features, some projects that we're dropping. We're celebrating the birthday on the 30th with DMC.
Dope.
We're working on doing our turkey drive.
Okay.
We're working on doing an event for, because I have a song that I'm working with a Spanish artist, so we're doing an event for
awesome.
Spanish Heritage Month.
Oh, cool. Great.
We're going to do a Christmas show like we always do. Traveling, we have a show in LA on the 11th, and then, you know, just like, we're just going to just keep taking it to the next level. Absolutely. Until I get to that point to where I can build that infrastructure to where creators can go in there. It's government funded, and they're able to create the way they want to create, and then have platforms to where they'll be able to make sure we got something for the youth. Because like, yeah, you can work at a call center. Yeah, you can work at a brewery. But all that shit doesn't matter if you're not happy inside. And from my experience in life, creators are always happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
for the most part.
If you do it right, you like doing it for
when
the
they're
right
doing that,
reasons.
it's just kind of like when you get that coloring book for the first time, and you're coloring in that moment of bliss where all you hear is the like those moments right there. Everyone has that in something, whether it's like playing video games, cooking, podcasting, or building a car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%, yeah.
I just want to make sure that, like, I think that's the purpose that God's given me, to give people the focus so they can just kind of just stay on the chord.
Yo, that's crazy. And these answers are so fire.
I appreciate
We have
you.
so many clips already.
Word.
That's great. And then also like some last questions to kind of wrap it up here for you is what do you think kind of sets you apart from like all the other artists? Like why you? Like what do you think has gotten you to the certain level that you've gotten to already? And obviously you're going to keep going and going and going. But what do you think are some aspects to that have gotten you to this point that's different than like the rest?
I think because we create our own sound, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm an Afro beat artist that's a hybrid, so we have Afro fusion.
Right.
So, you know, we're able to kind of like take things that I like from like trap, you know, from rock, from pop.
Okay.
And then put into like my culture's music, and then, you know, give it back to the people. So, you know, creating our own lane and not being afraid to be the very beginners of it. I think that's where we're at with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, once upon a time, you know, cars used to be super big with no roof on the top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't mind being that. I don't mind being the first Chevy, because like I know that when it gets to the Tesla point, they're gonna show pictures of me with the car with no hood and be like, yo, he kind of started that. You know what I'm saying? Here we are today. So, you know, big shouts to, you know, the artists that we have now, like Burna Boy, Rema, like they, you know, they really kind of like give us a platform to be able to create the way that we want to create. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know there's a bunch of kids like me where, you know, we come from immigrant parents, or first generation immigrants, and you know, now we're in this American lifestyle, but we still get hit with our culture all the time. So I just want to make sure that everybody just stays as culturally expressive as possible.
Oh, 100%. And that's a really, really great message, and it's super important. And also, like, another question that I kind of have is like, have you ever been fearful at all in your career?
Sometimes there is they're hard to remember.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
that's very true. That's actually
it's hard for me to like stay in that kind of moment, because I have so many people that count on me. I think that's the only fear I could say I could resonate with, is just like letting them down.
Okay. Yeah, no, I relate to that 100%. Actually, like I just had a moment. It was like the first time I've ever been a little scared to like drop anything ever, was actually the commercial that I just dropped for the shirts.
Oh, like, yeah, just on your gram.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was like, I don't know why. I've never been scared to like do anything like publicly or like put anything out like creatively ever, but like for some reason that I think it was because it was more really important to me than a lot of other things that I put out. So that's
probably because of the reaction.
Right. Yeah. It's different than like anything I've seen before. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. And that's also another reason why I do resonate with you and like everything you're doing, because it is so unique. It is so like, it is 100% just you And that's like uniqueness in this industry nowadays is very hard to come by because everyone.
You think so?
I think it is. I think it is sometimes because I feel like nowadays, like the younger generation that's coming into the creative industry is very copy paste. They're very like, what's this fast trend? Let's just copy paste it. Let's just put out like whatever content. Like let's just push. And the quality isn't as there sometimes for some people.
I will say
Not
the quality,
everybody.
but I think what needs to happen is that they need to create another platform. Because I remember when Instagram first started, and it, like all the dope photographers were out there. I don't see none of those those people that I follow. The first 100 people I follow, I don't even know where they at right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like it's like we need to like keep the actual like creativeness of creating art. Like let's create art.
I think I think what it is that we just need another platform for that because we have YouTube and we have Vimeo, and everybody knows that if you're a real cinematography, then that's where you go to. You go to Vimeo. You don't go to YouTube. So
no, exactly. And it's just like I just really hope, and I feel like we're actually making. And this is gonna be my last question here for you, but I feel like we're making like a turn back to where we used to be with the music industry in a sense, where like people are like, okay, like we're tired of hearing like these like you know.
You feel that way because of the Clips album?
Because of the Clips album? No.
Yeah, why you say that?
Wait, no. I'm saying in general, like this in general, like the earlier like music industry. I feel like now, as a whole, it's making its way back to like actually creating art and like not caring. I feel like we kind of fell into a hole of like where people cared so much about what other people think, and they're kind of like scared to like be creative and like be different. You know what I'm saying? Especially from like a younger generation, like literally everybody that I know around me who wanted to be creators and everything. They all got so scared and it deterred them away from doing
that. And that's what I fight for because like I don't understand why they're scared because when they kids and they're they go to like the pool and they're just like in like whatever, or they jump in the pool with boxes and pajamas and all that other stuff. No one's scared then, or so. But society does that to them because everyone wants to put the people into like conform them into like a box.
And it's like why are we doing that? Why can't we all create in our own and expressions? That's the whole point. It's like life imitates art, right? Like we all create.
But you have to create for you.
Right, 100%.
I think that's where it comes 100%. Down to. Like you can't create to be a gesture. You know what I'm saying?
1,000 trillion%, and I 1,000% agree with you. And that like it's very refreshing to be able to have conversations with people who do create because they want to actually create something unique into them and also empower other people while they do that. That is the definition of art. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope that anybody who's watching this and everyone who follows along with his journey really gets that message across. Just create, do it, follow your dreams, follow your goals. Don't care about what other people think. As long as it feels good to you and you know that it's good, do it 100%. Okay, and you'll find the right community too, right? You'll find right. How did you find your community that really supports you and everything? Staying consistent and doing it.
Consistent. Like how
are people gonna know that you do it if you don't do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, come on now. right. And so tell the people what things you have coming up here, where they can listen to your music at, where they can find you at. Tell them.
So perfect. So we have a bunch of music dropping. So if you just Google PUSHAPREME, something positive is going to pull up. Join our community. We have a website as well too that directs you to things that help creators from like artist funding or website building or consultation. There's a bunch of stuff there. It's on pushapreme.ai. We got a bunch of, if you're in Tampa, we got a bunch of things going on. If you guys are in LA, we'll be in LA performing at Club Largos. And then, from there, we're just going to keep spreading the message and just join the story. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Comment if you feel like we said something that you agree with. Comment if you feel like you want to connect. And let us know who we should have next on the show.
Absolutely. Like he said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, make sure you follow him, check out all his music. Everything will be in the description down below, linked in the bio. Make sure you check us out and follow us on Instagram at powerfulmind.official. And as always, baby, we'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.